What if I told you the company that makes KitKat spent more than $8 billion quietly buying the vitamin aisle? And unless you've read the acquisition filings yourself, you have no idea that the supplement bottle sitting on your counter right now funnels money to the largest packaged food company on Earth. Nestlé didn't build a vitamin empire from scratch. They bought one in two moves. In December 2017, they paid $2.3 billion in cash for a Canadian company called Atrium Innovations. That single transaction handed them Garden of Life, Pure Encapsulations, Douglas Laboratories, Genestra, Clean Athlete, and Minami, among others. Then in August 2021, they paid $5.75 billion to private equity firm KKR for the core brands of the Bountiful Company. That brought in Nature's Bounty, Solgar, Sundown, Puritan's Pride, Osteo-Biflex, and Ester C. In between those two deals, they picked up Vital Proteins, Nuun, Persona Nutrition, and Orgain through separate acquisitions. 18 brands, one owner, all tucked inside a division called Nestlé Health Science. Today we're ranking these acquisitions from quietly strategic to absolutely invisible on the label, and by the end, you'll know exactly which wellness brand most people defend the hardest without knowing who cashed the check. Hit subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos like this. We pull back the curtain on who really owns the products you put in your body every single week. Number 1. Garden of Life. This is the one that hits different. Jordan Rubin founded it after nearly dying. He was 19 years old when he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, 6'1", and his weight dropped to 104 pounds. He tried 70 health professionals across 7 countries and more than 200 alternative treatments before he found something that worked. He built Garden of Life around that recovery, whole food, organic, non-GMO supplements, and it became the #1 brand in the US natural supplement channel, sold in more than 14,000 health food stores. Rubin sold the company to Atrium in 2009. 8 years later, Nestlé bought Atrium for $2.3 billion. Garden of Life became the property of the same corporation that sells frozen pizza and instant coffee. The numbers don't lie. Nestlé's own corporate materials call it a global premium brand, where their capabilities in science, innovation, and brand building give them, and this is a direct quote, a distinct competitive edge. The founder's story of surviving an incurable disease is still on the label. The parent company isn't. Every pro in the natural products industry knows it changed hands. But the consumer standing in the health food store aisle still reads Jordan Rubin's near-death recovery as the brand's whole identity. That's the architecture. The story stays. The ownership disappears. If you're buying Garden of Life because it feels like a founder-built, mission-driven brand, you're buying a story that Nestlé now owns the rights to. Number 2. Vital Proteins. 150 products across 35,000 retail locations. Whole Foods, Costco, Target, Walgreens, Kroger. Clean blue packaging, wellness influencer aesthetic, the entire look and feel of an independent brand. The testing backs this up in market terms. It's America's #1 collagen brand. Nestlé acquired a majority stake in June 2020 and completed the full buyout in February 2022. Every tub of collagen peptides with that logo on it routes revenue to Veve, Switzerland. The brand that built its entire identity on clean, simple, ingredient-first positioning is now a line item inside a 90 billion Swiss franc annual revenue machine. Why it gets overlooked is straightforward. The packaging hasn't changed, the influencer partnerships haven't changed, the story hasn't changed. Nothing signals that anything changed. If you're adding Vital Proteins to your Whole Foods cart because it feels like a small, principled operation, that instinct is exactly what the brand architecture is designed to preserve. Number 3. Pure Encapsulations. Hypoallergenic, free from fillers and common allergens, the brand that functional medicine doctors stake their professional credibility on. It was the #1 recommended supplement line in the US practitioner market. The credibility cascade here is the whole point. Patients receive it from their doctor and connect it to clinical authority. The testing backs this up in the practitioner's own framing. They present it as the clean, trustworthy option, the one they personally vetted. What they're recommending, in a narrow corporate sense, is a Nestlé product. Every practitioner recommendation is a referral that terminates in Veve. The reason this gets overlooked is that the practitioner channel doesn't advertise ownership. It advertises formulation quality, third-party testing, and allergen standards. Those things haven't changed. The check gets cashed somewhere else now. If Pure Encapsulations is on your supplement shelf because your functional medicine doctor handed it to you, you were one layer away from the full picture. Hit that like button right now. It tells the algorithm this kind of video is worth surfacing, and it helps more people find out who actually owns what's in their medicine cabinet. Number 4. Nature's Bounty, Sundown, and Solgar. These three came through the $5.75 billion Bountiful deal. The acquired brands had generated $1.87 billion in the 12 months ending March 2021. Those are the bottles millions of people grab without a second thought at CVS, Walmart, and Target. The numbers don't lie on scale. Nature's Bounty alone is one of the most recognized supplement brands in America. Not because it built a founder mythology or a clinical reputation, but because it's been on the drugstore shelf for decades. Solgar carries a premium positioning that reads independent, almost European, artisanal in its aesthetic. Sundown sits at the value end. 3 completely different brand personalities, 1 corporate parent, and none of the packaging points to the same address. The reason this gets overlooked is that the drugstore shelf isn't where people ask ownership questions. They're in a hurry, they recognize the label, and they move on. If you're in that CVS aisle grabbing whatever's familiar, you're inside one of the most efficient brand architecture plays in the supplement industry. Number 5. Nuun. This is the one that stings the most for people who followed its origin story. Nuun built its entire identity as the anti-corporate alternative to Gatorade. Electrolyte tablets, clean ingredients, athlete-first positioning, the kind of brand that ultramarathon runners and cyclists trusted precisely because it did not feel like a big company product. Every pro in the endurance community knows it by the tube. The testing backs this up in sales terms, a loyal, high-frequency buyer base that was deeply attached to the brand's independent identity. Nestlé acquired Nuun in the summer of 2021, right alongside the Bountiful deal. The packaging hasn't changed. The athlete partnerships haven't changed. The anti-establishment positioning hasn't changed. The ownership has. If the brand you are dropping into your water bottle was the one you chose specifically because it was not owned by a massive food corporation, you have had the full picture withheld from you for years. Now here's where the trail gets interesting, even from inside Nestlé's own strategy. By 2025, some of those brands were already on the block. Nestlé launched a strategic review of Nature's Bounty, Osteo Biflex, and Puritan's Pride. CEO Laurent Fraxi framed it as focusing the vitamin business on winning premium brands. The company named Garden of Life, Pure Encapsulations, and Solgar as the keepers. The rest, 4 years after a $5.75 billion acquisition, were left in corporate limbo. The numbers don't lie about what that signals. When you spend nearly $6 billion and then quietly begin offloading pieces of what you bought, you're telling the market which brands were bought for scale and which ones were bought for the story. The story brands are the keepers. The commodity brands are the candidates. That's the whole logic of the architecture laid bare. The bottle in your bathroom doesn't tell you any of this. The label says Garden of Life or Vital Proteins or Nuun, and nothing on the packaging connects it to the corporation behind KitKat. That's not a secret conspiracy. That's standard consumer packaged goods architecture. The parent company stays invisible, so the brand keeps its trust. You can check every acquisition press release yourself. They're public. They've been public for years. The only thing that wasn't happening was anyone pointing you directly at them. Drop a comment right now and tell me which brand surprised you most. Team Garden of Life, Team Vital Proteins, or Team Nuun? I read every single one, and if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the moment. The supplement shelf is full of stories. Most of them stop before they tell you who owns the ending.